was really ready for this to be smooth sailing for GX. Probably a pretty easy matchup based on how inconsistent Vitality have been. But if we get the Vitality we saw yesterday, this is going to be a banger.
I don't think we're getting the Vitality we saw yesterday.
Why?
There are the kings of inconsistency. Like, we might see a good Vitality, but we're not going to see the Vitality that stomped KC yesterday.
Are you saying this because their record so far is win-loss, 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 win-loss?
Maybe. I'm maybe also just saying it because I'm an analyst.
Because you have
I
eyes.
analyze it.
Yeah,
I analyze it.
That's fair.
I already analyzed
Is that not analyzing? I'm looking at the data. It's fine, Jack.
I looked at
You're a gatekeeper. I understand.
I looked at the interview and I already know. You know, I analyzed it.
All right.
I enhanced it.
Fair. One person who's also done well, I think a bit of a redemption arc for both Isma and Lyncas yesterday, so ready to see who can keep that momentum going. Lyncas has been having a bit of a rough one across the entire season, even in the wins. Isma, again, I harped on the time he Malphite ulted a Dr. Mundo, but he was playing like a demon yesterday, so keeping an eye on who can repeat those performances for both sides, but don't really care about the Vi, don't really care about Humanoid or Jackie, sorry guys. I just want to see what people are playing bottom lane. I care about Carzzy Fleshy versus Noah Jun, and there's already an Ezreal.
I mean, that Ezreal is a clear takeaway from Noah's. They had a great Ezreal Bard game on it yesterday. And with the Kai'Sa Varus ban as well, you're also really setting up this Ezreal pick, as Kai'Sa's just been a go-to answer into this Ezreal. It's a bit of a surprising ban, to be honest, but it just means that now there's no real clear answer for GX into this Ezreal, and I'm curious to see where Noah and Jun decide to go towards.
Jarvan?
And if they go Jarvan, it's very strange because you are into an immobile ADC and an immobile jungler.
So historically, if you've missed thinking about Jarvan yourself or just kind of pro play discussions with Jarvan over the year, you pick it into immobile champs, and it's disgusting. Look at this combo and imagine it against a Jinx and a Felios. Now look at this combo and imagine it against a champion with a dash.
And suddenly it's not so good.
And suddenly it's very bad, actually. That said, we'll see what the rest of Vitality's topside look like. Both of these mid laners talking about how broken Rise is, but maybe we get the Aurelion Sol. Now, last time we saw this matchup, it was Caps versus Leader.
Did not look good.
Did not look good. Excuse me, a little burp in there. I've heard it's a scaling matchup. As time goes on, Aurelion Sol obviously just becomes so disgustingly powerful, so much zone control, but
yeah. I mean, I remember when this matchup was a little bit more popular, it was really disgusting because Aurelion Sol could just walk in front of the minions and then Q the Orianna, and he didn't take minion aggro and he just won the trades. One could argue that the Aurelion Sol rework is the worst rework of all time and removed all skill expression from the champion, but that's not really the point that we're making here today.
No, yeah, you're just saying that very commonly thought thing that everyone's read everywhere, not making it about yourself. Yeah, no, I got you.
Yeah, and well, one could argue that. But Aurelion Sol, anyways, in this game, is going to have a jolly old good time because he can always fly out of the Jarvan ulti, and he has a good matchup into the Orianna, and he has good setup from the Vi. So overall, I'm really liking what we have from Vitality thus far, and now they can choose to further emphasize this bot lane prio as they can ban out both ADC and support, and they already choose to take out the Nako from Jun, probably the best Nako in our league, and we'll see what they ban last. It's going to be the Yunara, so even more ADCs taken away from Noah this game with 3 ADC bans from the side of Vitality.
And when you already have the Ezreal locked in, it does limit the potential for GX's bot lane to play something like the Caitlyn Elise again, because you already have the passive safety. Just even buffering the Cocoon really takes away so much of the initial kill pressure from that lethal duo. Noah and Jun made it work. It's super volatile. I wouldn't be surprised to see something aggressive on the bottom side, but again, Ezreal is just such a good neutralizing pick and such a good pick for Carzzy that it's hard to imagine that investment. As we do see Sion, so Nako has been one of the best, if not the best top laner in our league, but he is, you know, going to be put on the back foot here, at least in the early stages of the game.
I don't know if you saw that, but Sion is 7 wins, 0 losses in our league. That's very interesting. So I feel like the Sions that we've seen haven't been that impactful, but he is just a great meat shield, and with the Cassandra taken out as well, there's no real clear better option to go for that tanky standard, but it's going to be the Xayah Rakan here locked in for GIANTX. It's very good into the Vi, nice into the Sion as well, but it's going to struggle against the Aurelion Sol and the Ezreal, and especially if they can get a ranged support pairing with this Ezreal here, they can really look to bully out the GIANTX bot lane. But with Karma and the Nako taken out, Fleshy's going to have to dig deep into the pool, so he might just go for the ranged or the melee support. But Bard is open. Forgot about the Bard. Saw it yesterday, Ezreal Bard. I mean, Vitality did their homework. They saw Ezreal Bard, Noah Jun popped up on it.
They try to say, hey, we're going to prove we can do better.
Yeah.
And I really love it against champions like the Orianna. even against the Xayah, if you can force her ult with the Bard ult, yeah, it's a fantastic Bard game.
Really
it's
good
still,
pressure for both carries here. It also can deny so much of that Rumble ult pressure, as soon as you ulti someone, Bard just matches it, and then by the time they're out of that stasis, the equalizer has faded. And against the Jarvan as well, you provide some mobility with that tunnel. And overall, I think this Vitality draft, they really cooked up some good stuff here.
That they did. I also will say on the top side, that Sion matchup just feels like the pressure now is on for Lot to build a big enough advantage, because I think we were talking about the win rate. I think part of it is just Sion is so relevant always, no matter what, as long as you're not feeding, whereas champions like Rumble, the pressure is on you to get value out of such a high priority pick. So for GX, I think naturally we're always going to come back to bottom lane. We're going to come back to Noah Jun. You mentioned it. It's not going to be the easiest time in the early stages, but this is a duo that often breaks open these 2v2 matchups, that finds advantages where maybe they shouldn't be able to. See if they can do that against Vitality here, or if Vitality's composition just is too heavily favored.
We'll have to see. But this is a very hype matchup. GIANTX versus Vitality. I didn't think I'd say it at the start of the split, but this is top of the table here. If GIANTX wins this game, they're our first place team until KC plays.
Well, in GIANTX, we're still working out the details behind the scenes to make sure we don't confirm anything ahead of schedule, but we've been talking about it, production team's been talking about it. If they win, pending some results later today, they could by the end of the day with a win here be locked for playoffs. With still 3 days left of games to play, that's an excellent spot to be. And yeah, just really, again, GX surprise frontrunner, so much on the back of Noah, not that other players haven't also been stepping up. Him and Jun doing a lot of work. But the mid lane matchup, something we're going to need to look at because, yeah, look, we have one piece of tape from the season thus far, and it's not very useful.
Yeah, I mean, I want to pick up some of the breadcrumbs that we talked about during the draft. So for me, I really like this Vitality draft because it has a lot of range, it also has a lot of engage, and it has a lot of non-committal engage in the form of the Bard. And it has good matchups with Aurelion Sol getting pushed into Orianna, Ezreal Bard getting pushed into the Xayah Rakan. But we're kind of clear on how easily Vitality can win the game with all their tools and all the stuff that they have. So how does GIANTX win this game? Well, they have a Jarvan and an Orianna combo. It's a classic. Everybody knows it, right? Jarvan can put up the wall, cage them in, and then Orianna puts the ball and ultis on top of them. The problem that GIANTX has is these laning phases that they need to survive. You can see the bot lane, you can see the mid lane. They're taking losing trades. So Isma really has a lot of pressure on him this game to try to find some sort of relief for either mid or bot lane to get the ball rolling. Because if he doesn't, and Vitality play their lanes very well, they can look to snowball that into getting free objectives, getting tower plates, and building that gold lead to secure themselves a win. So my eyes are really on Isma to try to make some early proactivity happen, because that's a big reason why you have this Jarvan over the Vi, as your early game power is much higher with the pick.
And you can see even top lane where Rumble we know can do a lot of damage and might be printing a bit of money. Nako already proxying.
That's a very early proxy. A bit Baus inspired, I would say. Ooh, he's even going in between the tier 2.
Oh,
this man has learned straight from Baus. This is straight from the Baus.
This man's watching the VODs, and look, I'm not gonna lie, Nako.
Hey, the crowd is hyped.
The crowd is hyped. This is the closest they've gotten to seeing Boss Sion, and probably the closest they will get to see, I'm sad to say, because no one's ever gonna let the Baus play it. And look, Nako's been a bit of a demon this season. Really solid top laner, busting out the Ignite Renekton, now winning on these tank matchups, proxying on these tank matchups, making the most of it.
Oh.
That said, we'll see if it costs him. Oh, surprise.
It's a good death angle. Unless.
That's a Jarvan.
He might have to flash, but maybe he just tanks the death.
Waiting for the ward. I mean, he wants to die eventually.
But I think this is a bit of a mistake from Nako, because he needed to die with the wave and then take the wave. Unless he can pick up a kill here, which I don't think he can.
No, he's going to get slowed, and then the little flagging drag if he needs to.
I mean, this is the risk when you run, when you do this proxy strat. He didn't even end up getting the wave, and he didn't really get a CS lead whatsoever, so I'm gonna go ahead and say that was a bad death, but we'll see how it develops.
You say that, but the crowd was really happy that they got to see some Baus Sion.
The crowd was happy, so maybe that means
that was worth it. I think that was a net positive.
As entertainers, yeah, it was a good death.
Yes. Vitality are getting a lot of dubs in the entertainer category.
That's true.
Of course, I think they would prefer dubs on the Rift, but always hard to tell. Now, the good news for Vitality fans is that the mid lane matchup, compared to the last time we saw it, going much, much better for the Aurelion Sol. Slowly but surely stacking up, clearing out as much as he can.
Yeah, he's not down 15 CS for 5 minutes.
Yeah, makes a
big difference.
Makes a sizable difference.
Oh,
and now he's going to go and just spit on him a little bit.
Just being a bit annoying.
That's kind of rude.
Especially after that interview.
Yeah, especially after that interview. He says as he pulls his mic away from his face
Sorry,
so no one on air can hear it.
Especially after that interview, it just felt personal. That's all I'm saying.
It might be.
Yeah.
Look, Jackie's in Humanoid. A lot of, I mean, history. They're, you know, same country, but I don't know how much history. Bam.
Let's see. So, it doesn't say the history.
No, that's the history. This is just their comparative stats.
Their
They're
stats are pretty bad.
What are you talking about? He's #1 in damage per minute. Look at that.
Oh yeah, I guess. But his CSD is the lowest in the league.
Yeah, but like, look, man, what is?
But that's kind of an interesting dichotomy there. To have the worst laning stats, but the best damage stats. Kind of speaks to how he's struggling in lane, but then able to find high advantages later on in the game through team fighting.
Really must be pumping numbers. Effective ultis, etc. I mean, we've seen a lot of like one-man Orianna ultimates over the last few days, and it makes a big difference if you're hitting 2-3 people, getting that extra 2,000-3,000 damage on the chart. So Jackie's maybe a bit more efficient in the team fights.
That's fantastic analysis, Drakos. If
You like that? You like how you hit more people, you get bigger number? I mean, normally when we talk about DPM, it's usually just like someone is fake pumping their numbers up with Varus, but it's really hard with mid lane because there's...
I mean, all the champions are fake pumping. Unless you're a leader and you play Echo. Then that damage is real.
That damage, that is every bit of that
like
damage.
That's hard-earned damage.
There must be a fake damage champion. Ryze is probably a fake
Isn't
champion.
every mid laner is a fake damage champion? You have Azir, Orianna, as we have a fight. Ah, nothing's gonna happen.
No, because the only fake damage is poke.
Yeah, every mid laner pokes. Orianna, Azir, Victor. Like, what mid laner doesn't just poke?
What? Compared to like poke Varus? What do you want about? What?
They all poke.
Yeah, but my point is if all of your damage is poke, your damage numbers are insane.
Yeah,
That's
but
why, like,
okay.
every once in a while we have a cracked Ezreal game where it hits like 1,300 and why poke Varus is always doing more than 1,000.
Well, he's not always doing more than 1,000. But...
I mean, yeah, but that's because people are bad.
Oh.
Like, oh, good binding.
I mean, Lyncas is not here. I think if Lyncas was here, this would be a free fight. But maybe even 2v3 they can... Oh, I don't know. Do they know Isma's on it? Okay, they spot him out now.
Right? He's spamming take notes. He's returning to his roots as an emote spammer, and it's paying off.
Take notes.
Dragon secured.
Isma waiting for the flag.
And has now dragged. Things going well. Let us know on the internet what damage you think is fake.
I still think every mage is pretty fake damage. Oh, Lot is in trouble here.
Lot looks like he's probably dead here. Vault Breaker to punt him back.
Yeah, he's
taking their sweet time. They don't even need to use the ulti. That is disastrous for Lot and GX.
And that's the trouble with the Rumble, as you talked about earlier, Drakos. You really want to be the one to find the lead, but all it takes for the Sion is one good E into ulti, and he's locked down with the Vi as well. Really smart pathing there by Lyncas. I'm actually curious how he got into that spot, because you can see that there was a ward placed from Lot, but he still ends up falling to the gank. So I'm wondering how Lyncas was able to avoid that ward without being spotted. Maybe we could get a replay and do some crazy observation and see what happened.
We'll find out.
Oh, okay. So he did get spotted and he still died. Okay, well.
We solved the mystery.
Bro, what? Are you kidding me? He didn't even sweep. He just walked over the ward. Oh my god, I can't. That's not serious. Like, what?
Okay. We're all going to take a deep breath. Say the
Thank
word,
you, observers.
Say the word professionalism once or twice and just continue on. Sometimes you're just not looking.
Yeah.
Maybe he had like a little bit of sweat and he just looked down and then looked back up and, you know.
Yep. 3 grubs for GIANTX.
Who's to say? I honestly, now I kind of hope GX win just so that that can be an embarrassing moment instead of, yeah, ever smile 413. Yeah, he had the voice. Yeah. All right, so we've learned some masochistic tendencies from Lot.
To be fair, Nako's first step was also pretty silly, that he just proxied him and died.
That's true.
So
maybe he just thought he'd give one back, keep it close.
yeah,
You know, respectable.
maybe that was a good def. in some world.
Not in this one.
For the, I mean, you said for the audience. The audience probably like that.
The audience, I mean, we liked it.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, in the battle of
biggest-
entertainment, this top lane matchup is kicked.
Yeah, well, that's true.
I'm entertained, I'll say that.
See what else they got.
Yeah, that's a good question. Humanoid bits and pieces on the build. The annoying thing about Aurelion Sol stacks, and I hate this, because I'm glad that we have a stack tracker on the overlay, but obviously there's two different metrics. There's total stacks and closeness to the empowered ultimate.
Yeah.
Humanoid really just trying to spit on those minions.
Oh.
Jackie's going to pull him, Scorpion style, get over here, and force Humanoid out of the lane.
Yeah, ulti for ulti there. Humanoid missed the cannon, so that's going to feel a little bit bad. It's round
This
2.
time he doesn't have
Does not have a ward. Let's
He's
see if he
eating
lives this
Sion
time.
Q again. Okay,
Maybe
this
the
time-
ward was the problem.
Maybe the warp was, yeah. Nah, I get it. Lot is a vibes-based gamer.
See, now he respects, because he's like, oh, I don't have vision. I don't know where he is. So then he just ultis the way.
Huh. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Some people don't want to believe like the evidence and what's in front of them. They just want to go off their gut. And that appears to be the kind of guy that Laure is. His
Yeah.
gut was telling him Vi was there. He trusts his gut. His eyes telling him Vi is there. Doesn't trust him.
Must be wrong.
Could be a trick. Trick of the light. The bot lane, which we really hyped up,
Not much happening here.
nothing is happening here.
But that's good for Noah and Jun. Like, it's really Carzzy and Fleshy that wants to find the lead with this Ezreal Bard. And the fact that Noah and Jun are, I mean, they're not literally equals yet, because he's down like
10, 7.
6.
Yeah.
But they're functionally exactly the same CS.
Yeah, very close.
So that's a really good starting point for Noah and Jun here, as they're going to be able to get closer. Noah's actually going for the Storm Racer this game, which is what we've seen a few times now from the Xayah. Ooh, that's Humanoid's in trouble.
Locked up, flashback, trying to get away from the Cataclysm, goes golden for a second. Fleshy gonna hope to hit the double stun, but misses the timing!
Oh, Fleshy, no, Fleshy.
But here comes Nako. I don't know if they have enough damage to finish this, but they have more than enough to finish. Jackie's follow-up knock-up is there. Isma now trying to make his way out. Nako's just gonna keep on going. Q forward for Lyncas. Decimating smash doesn't hit.
This is my region, baby. We keep on fighting. Nako comes from the top side with the Sion ultimate and makes a good play happen as he salvages Humanoid Steph and ends up picking up Jackie's as well. Gets some plates in the mid lane. As now Carzzy and Fleshy are looking for a potential dive onto Noah here. Let's see it.
Ooh, nice sidestep from Noah. They do force the ghost at him, but they're not gonna get much else. Holds onto the ulti, very important. But Lyncas starting the Drake. Overall, yeah, a bit of a rough one. Fleshy not hitting the Q was difficult. I also think Humanoid taking the time to push Q at all might have just killed him. There's a chance he could have escaped. We'd have to check the replay, but obviously slows himself down.
I think it's
And I love-
diabolical to blame Humanoid.
Oh, I mean, I'm not gonna. Let's just check. Let's just check the replay. We have
I'm
the
just
replay.
gonna say, like,
Okay.
if my
Bam.
Bard fails to stun off his own ulti,
Way too early. Slows himself.
Okay, he
Gets
did-
hit by a Q.
No, but
I'm
he-
just saying it's really close.
Okay, he did slow himself, but he would still die to the Jarvan Q.
Okay.
But Fleshy gets the Q at least onto the Jackies after. But yeah, hopefully next time Fleshy lands the Q on his own.
It's fair. It's tough. I think the adrenaline, this is what I'll say. There's been a segment like 5 years ago we always reference back to when Ezreal's like, this is how you Q after Bard ult. Someone please link it.
But you remember Medic said that the Sonius is always a bit random?
Yes, but the animation isn't. And that's what's important.
Yeah, but I don't even know if
That's
it's
the
true.
empowered
Humanoid
ulti.
is now caught, or an ulti just flies away.
Big slow. This time we'll be able to escape as Nako slowly getting burnt. Isma is here. Forcing the flash Cataclysm. That's the ulti combo. Nako gonna get burned down.
Oh, he was TPing. Well, he died. But he
Goes out the
TP'd.
shield.
Oh, wait, but before, when you TP'd, you got the shield as you started the TP. So that's what he was trying, to survive with the shield. But now, or at least I think that's what he was trying. Well, I don't know. He tried to TP. He died and TP'd, so. I'm actually not sure, but I think before, when you TP'd, you got the shield when the TP started. And maybe they patched it so that TP only happens when the TP finishes. Or it was always like that, and I'm just wrong, and he just wanted to TP for the shield, and then he still died.
This is why we have top laners on our broadcasts.
That's true.
Because AD players only know AD carry things. I feel like you guys...
The thing is, what I learned from getting auto full top is you should not play TP and solo queue. I think you should just play Ignite yourself every game. Because I swear, I go TP, it's so useless, and I just lose lane, and then I'm 0-10. As we're going to watch the replay here and see what happened. I mean, I didn't even see the TP channel. He starts TPing right here, and that's why Lot ends up flashing in. And he just barely doesn't get the ulti off. And you can see he actually gets the shield in passive, which looks kind of funny. But and now he's caught again.
Oh, they want to go one more time. Round 2, round 3.
Can't crack
Roth still has his TP. Noah's in trouble on the bot lane. Nice dodge back on the Ezreal. Goes golden. Lyncas can take his sweet time here. Flash back from Noah. Root on Lyncas because he goes under the tower. I don't think he can chase with an ulti of his own. So pretty good escape, but they get both flashes from the GX bottom lane. So Vitality are pretty happy with that exchange.
Yeah, there's going to be quite a few plates going over to Carzzy here as they're able to continue investing into bot lane while GIANTX is trying to put Nako behind, and that's definitely a really worth trade for Vitality, as putting a Xayah behind versus putting a Sion behind. I don't know which one I will want, as Jackie's might be caught here.
Humanoid just continuing to spit. Jackie's locked up. Humanoid quick backstep to get away from the ulti. Managed to burn him down, and Humanoid's very comfortably stacking. 159, not bad at all.
Yeah, it's a clean and simple play. Lyncas just ultis onto Jackie's. They're able to take him down, and Humanoid starting to get stronger here. We're really going to see the power unleashed with this Sol as Carzzy now fighting Isma. TP in from Lot.
Lot ready to keep the fight going. Cataclysm. Fleshy just portals right out, and now the play is entirely fizzled. The slow connecting onto Carzzy is big, though. Carzzy a little bit overconfident, is going to be forced to flash. Barrier there to stop himself from getting burned down, but Fleshy continuing to keep the fight alive. Noah steps in, happy to pick up that kill. Overconfidence from the side of Vitality, but Humanoid has arrived. Humanoid is just crazy stacking right now as Carzzy is going to get away from the Demacian standard just barely. Jackie's looking to follow. This game is crazy. What are they fighting for? Ezreal? Okay, scrap shield, he's fine.
Not enough damage as Humanoid now might be in trouble. They're going to look to dive
away
in.
from Isma, tries to backstep. They wait for the knockup to come through. The healing not quite there as Fleshy might want to try and take out Jun, but needs to be careful about his own life. Jackie's tanking a tower shot.
The plays just continue happening here as Nako is able to pick up top tower off of this fight. But it was so damn close, and as you said, Drakos, Humanoid did get a lot of stacks, but he just doesn't have the damage on this A-Sol just yet to actually pick up any of the kills. And crucially, this bot tower for GIANTX, they're continuing to extend their gold lead after they pick off 2 kills.
Carzzy playing like a demon as well. You highlighted it.
He stole the Gromp with his Q while at 10 HP.
And if he hadn't backstepped, he would have died to a Jarvan for like maybe the first time in competitive history, or at least in the last 5 years.
Oh, walking up for the tower here. Carzzy wants to try to get a plate, but has to respect the Rakan flank. As now Herald is the next objective on the board.
And GX are, in terms of gold, very firmly in control. But this has been such a messy game that I don't feel super confident making any definitive statements other than GX are ahead in gold. I think Humanoid stacking does matter in the long term, but he just, as you highlighted, has so little damage.
I think Vitality's arch nemesis is definitely a statement, so you're probably good not making any.
They like it when we're just wishy-washy?
Yeah.
They're all right. Like,
well, both teams could win this game. There's a chance.
That's true, thank you. I'm glad that you're matching my analysis with your analysis.
Yeah.
We're really delivering.
Both teams here are getting a lot of gold.
True. Humanoid has the sky's descent, slowing Jun. I mean, good awareness.
Yeah.
Drop the E as he retreats. Still getting burned. Instantly flashes. That's a very high value ultimate from Lot.
Yeah. Gets the Humanoid flash now, crucially going to be down.
And this is the duality of Humanoid, which we've talked about a lot, right? Which is
getting caught on side.
Yeah, he's either Zoeing on side and shifters don't know how to respond, or he's doing this on side and GX respond very well and punish him. In this case, it doesn't cost him his life, but losing the flash is pretty big.
I feel like there's a good way to flame shifters around that. Because Humanoid got to split push against them the whole game unpunished, when he's the most famous for always dying on side when he gets punished.
That's true. I mean, he was also, I think, when Humanoid's having a really good game, has historically also been very successful.
That's true.
Pushing.
That's true. And also against KC,
it's not like every time in the history of Humanoid that he has been split pushing, it's because the enemy team hasn't just been walking up and taking a free kill.
Okay, also against KC at 0 depth. So Humanoid now on the Lot.
Chasing him down, looking for a bit of vengeance. Slows him, turns him golden. Fleshy is here. Redemption on the follow-up Q! No, because he's Zanya's. Oh, waited for the Zanyas.
He messed
Now
up
the tower's gone. Q through, but Lot's getting a lot of damage back. He's going to mount up, drive the Herald through. Lot is getting way too much done here. They will finally kill him. And Fleshy steals the kill.
Nah, bro. Like, that makes me angry, actually.
That's fine. He's
No,
forward. He has
it's
electric
obviously
Q.
a free kill. The whole team is not there. Like, some things our support should not do. In Korea, they would never do this. You know, I played in Korea, solo queue, they never take kills. And they get the carries get so mad if the support takes kills. And that's how it should be in EU as well.
All right. Take a breath.
Like, we could all agree that was a free kill.
Yeah, it was a free kill.
And then Fleshy throws the Q.
But if you ever played Dead Man's Plate Bard and walked around and just autoed someone for like 400 damage.
Well, that's not what he's playing anyways. He's going battle
Yeah, but
punch.
now he has money.
Okay.
That's the thing. You're too privileged in your AD carry role. You don't understand that people build these items because they're broke. If they had AD carry money, they'd get to build more fun stuff. Oh. Nice stun, but Jun's still going to be safe.
Oh,
They actually
Nako
probably
here
built
has a
more
huge
before that.
plan if he wants to go a bit crazy.
Big blast cone in.
I mean, it would be too crazy. I think it would be
would
very
because
bad.
Jackie's is just waiting to
Yeah,
punish.
good that he didn't do that. Would have been funny though.
But again, entertainment value.
Yeah, it would have been very good content if he did that. Okay.
And I gotta say, a game that started with a very content-focused top lane,
Yeah.
Lot has been getting a lot of value out of the Rumble. Not as much funny content since the first death, but
Been some good ultis, some good equalizers.
really good equalizers.
Yeah.
Which you would think after 15 years or whatever we've had of Rumble existing would be more consistent, but it is in pro play, in team fights. It is a big skill to be able to equalize in a way that's consistently valuable for your team.
Yeah. No, for sure. It's probably one of the hardest ultis in the game to get like perfect.
Agreed. Humanoid very close to a second item. Second item there for Jackie's, but it's a bit more defensive. Both sides trading blows. I don't know if that went live, Jack, but no, don't put it back on the table. You'll knock it over.
Okay,
again.
my bad.
It's fine. You're the comedic relief queen, Jack.
Well.
And again, what's insane about this game is, yes, it is messy, but this is also GX fighting for top spot in the league, and Vitality fighting to tie them up.
My region.
My region.
We'll see if GIANTX can secure that first blood.
But empowered all, gonna fly over, only really gonna connect onto Isma. Jun with the double taunt onto the major carries. No one now looking for a bit of fall. Fleshy gets some space. The black hole gonna divide the team as Lot is finally active in the fight. Jackie's buys a couple seconds by going golden, but he goes down. Humanoid grabbing the kill.
And will Vitality look to force Nash here? It's 2 members down from GIANTX. Humanoid and Carzzy has a lot of damage, but there's still the equalizer on the Rumble. GIANTX want to look to contest this.
Resistance is getting shredded. Lot laying down the equalizer, trapping them now in the pit.
7K, this Nash is not going down fast.
Noah and Jun want to get involved. Not sure if he can get there. Lock gonna drop down. Lyncas is flashing out of the pit. Feathers flying from Noah, hoping to get another kill back as Jun tries to keep the fight alive. Humanoid flashing over. Noah just kills him. Baron, 2K. Can they get it? Can they make it out? Lyncas is desperate to get 700 HP. They cannot kill Lyncas. They take the Baron, but Noah's still alive for an extra second. He's just fast enough to get out of the decimating smash. He takes another one with him.
And Noah's the hero that GIANTX needed so desperately, but it's just not enough. As we watch the start of this fight, after Vitality secured the Nasher here, it starts off with a great engage from Lyncas. They absolutely one-shot Isma, and then Fleshy ults Humanoid and Carzzy to keep them safe. Tries to go for a crazy flash Q, doesn't really do anything. And then they kill Jackie's, and then they get onto the Nasher here, as we see a little pit. Isma's taking the Drake, but then Lot, huge ultimate, forces them out of pit. We're not watching the Nasher. Okay, we're fighting on the Drake. Naak was forcing Isma away.
Isma. Not sure if he wants to go over the wall. Instead, it's just going to flash, trying to make his way out. Oh, Fleshy.
That looks cool.
Excellent ult. Isma forced the Cataclysm back in. Jackie's not in a great position to do anything else, so quick kill. A portal to escape.
Crucially, though, he does secure the Drake. So some will say that's a good def, and I will agree with them because I kind of like that. The only thing, though, is that he's going to be dead for 30 seconds now, and with Vitality having that Baron Nashor, they can look to play really aggressive. As now Lot is caught at the top line. Lyncas does have ulti.
Trying to sprint his way out to safety. Nako ready to follow. Lot goes golden, buys an extra second here, but he just doesn't do any damage to Nako.
Has flash.
Oh, ball breaker there. Flash. He manages to escape. Meanwhile, the mid lane, Jun also escaping. Carzzy sniping. Jun, no! He ran in a straight line!
Yep. Dashed in a straight line, actually.
Dashed in a straight line, yes. Good snipe from Carzzy.
A lot of plays going back and forth here, and now with Jun going down.
This game is so messy.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
It's a banger, but no one can chill. There's not a single person who can just take a breath and calm down.
I think Noah is kind of chill. Noah is the one trying to keep the boat steady as the world is falling apart around him.
I mean, a minute left on the Baron. They've got pressure in 2 points. They're looking to make it a third. Nako continuing his onslaught on the lot. Nako is there. Lyncas to follow. Perfect CC.
Vitality making it look very easy as they're going to get that tier 2 after picking up the kill on Lot. It's Nako that finds the angle to go onto him with that Sion. And just showing that strength of the Sion, why it's 7-0 in our league. So easy to execute, it's so tanky. Can tower dive and just tank up so much damage.
Yeah, it's just the sheer quantity of HP you have. I mean, yeah, you're giving the enemy more Leandry's damage, but not in a significant enough margin to balance out your effective health with all this MR. It's just insane that a moment ago, like 10 minutes ago maybe, around the 1.5 item point, we were watching Lot do so much work killing Nako, and now he just tickles him.
Yeah. That's Sion.
That's Sion. Looking a little broken.
Oh, Humanoid flying onto Noah here.
Flow is there. Forcing the ulti with the Bard ulti. This is one of the interactions we talked about. Very easy to get that cooldown before a fight starts. Now we have the cease and desist from Lyncas available. Noah has to play really, really safe.
Noah looking to base there. Crucial if he has that
Isma.
Infinity Edge.
Fleshy's about to spot him. Oh. Isma. Turns back. Quick portal out. Fleshy's just showing why the Bard is such a frustrating champ to play against.
Very interesting endless hunger on Ezreal this game from Carzzy. I don't think we've seen that in the LEC, and in general, I've barely seen this item in solo queue.
It's a bit of tenacity. CC immune Sion.
Jackie's tried to ulti Nako there. Ends up trading ulti for ulti, and that's going to be tier 2 going over for Vitality as they're continuing to increase this gold lead. As Isma wants to have a piece of the pie.
Knock up there. Isma taking a lot of damage. Aurelion Sol really hard.
Oh my
follow-up
God.
is there from Lyncas. Humanoid spitting.
I never thought he would die there. Wow. That's another kill going over for Vitality. This gold lead is 5k now. The game might have slipped out of GIANTX's grasp.
They're just walking
menacingly forward. And
and
is just
GX are just running into them and dying. The wave's going to get cleared here. Humanoid lingering for a moment. Will now fly out to safety. The entire team retreats. Good discipline. Just going to relent, just going to back away. A minute and 10 seconds until Sol will be on the board for GX, but we don't sync the recall timing. So there is a small window of opportunity here for Jun.
Yeah.
Mega Blast Cone. But Humanoid's still here as well.
He's pretty safe. He's just going to try to annoy them and cancel their bases, but GIANTX can't really get much off of this other than being annoying.
Jun, a magnet for true shot barrages.
He cut him some slack, huh?
I mean, it's fine. It doesn't cost him that much.
I mean, he
One
died.
oopsie. If he loses the game, I guess, yeah, it's a little bit more rude. And right now, a 5k gold lead Vitality, you're looking at very cozy. And again, infinite stacking of Aurelion Sol. The E, the little black hole, only going to get bigger and bigger and make it harder and harder for Noah to really step into a fight ever.
Yeah. With 300 stacks on that ASOL, he's sitting mighty right now. The dragon breathes for more stacks as he dashes forward onto Noah.
Bard ulti doesn't quite connect. Flashback from Humanoid. Slow comes in from the black hole, and now the ulti from Humanoid, big damage. Forcing the ulti response back from Noah, but the feathers are down. Maybe he can get some follow-up damage onto Lyncas. All of GX immediately retreating. Fleshy and Carzzy zoning them away. Noah has to flash out of range of Nako, but Nako's got the slow, and he's going to land the decimating smash as well. Humanoid in the meantime getting burned to a crisp by Lot. Jun running, retreating. Jackie's giving it a heal. They're trying to get a bit more movement speed. The Mega Blast Cone to make it out. They're getting hurted as Carzzy's on the chase. Jun dropping. Jackie's TPing back to try and hold the line. He will escape, but the Drake will go to the side of Vitality and the Baron to follow.
And Vitality found exactly the fight they needed, and it somehow starts off with Humanoid flying in on his lonesome, having to flash out, but they get the kills, they're gonna get the Dragon, and they're gonna get the Baron Nashor, and that gold lead was already at 5k, and it's just gonna keep growing as Vitality has a firm grasp on this game as we watch this back. it starts off with Humanoid wanting to look for Noah and to just poke him out. He's forced to flash the Isma engage, and then June wants to try to flash engage himself. He doesn't find a great angle. Isma goes in as well. Neither of them are able to find the engage that they really need. And then GIANTX are left running. Nako flashing forward to pick up both Noah and June. And then Lot is able to take Humanoid off the backside, but it's too little too late for GIANTX. And even though Jack is able to TP into their base to actually hold off on any potential end attempt, it's Vitality that get all the objectives.
Noah got to auto 3 times in that fight.
Yeah.
2 of those 3 times were on the Sion.
Yeah.
In isolation.
It's a hard Xayah game.
It's an impossible Xayah game.
Yeah.
He dodges the Bardol. Random E with the Rylai's from Humanoid means he can't walk in, and then suddenly it's the Vi, and then it's the side. It's just unplayable.
Yep.
And I don't think that the rest of the team has really been able to pick up the slack. They haven't been able to find these big combo moments. But again, to be fair, we talked about this in draft. Jarvan, when you see Ezreal on the enemy team, is already just hard mode.
Yep. It's a fantastic Vitality draft here. They have all the tools they need and a greater front line. Now it just comes down to this last bit of execution for them to close out this game.
Sometimes famous last words for this Vitality lineup, but it really does feel pretty impossible to throw this one away.
Don't say that.
There's no way it could happen.
Unless.
I mean, really anything is possible in the LEC, for better or for worse. Good siege on the mid lane. Break open this inhib, then move top to break open a second.
Yeah, with 2 inhibs and this Nasher, they still have a minute and a half left to it. They can break this top inhib. They're a little bit scared here, though. Taking it slow and steady, just waiting for the waves.
Jun on the flank. Humanoid, one of the targets they can try to attack on. Nice initial combo, but they've only really hit frontline so far. Noah immediately going to try to lay down a few more feathers. Nako looks like he'll fall as well. GA proc Isma going to be forced to flash out. They still lose the inhib, but they do manage to take out Lyncas.
Okay. I need to talk about Nako, what he just did there. Again, he TPs. This time the teleport gets cancelled, so he gets the shield. I like the tech. Is it actually useful? I'm not sure. Maybe it saved his life, but at the same time, I feel like holding onto your TP in the late game is kind of useful. But if we watch the replay, you'll see that in the middle of the team fight, again, he starts channeling his teleport to try to get the shield to survive. We'll see it now.
In anticipation of the CC hitting, which will cancel it, which will give you the TP shield. I really like that tech.
It starts off with Orianna getting a great ultimate onto Nako and Lyncas, and Lyncas immediately ends up going down. And now you'll see that Nako channels the TP, and then he gets cancelled by Noah, and then he gets the shield, so he's fine. I mean, it's an interesting tech. Still not sure, like, yeah.
It's just cool to know it's an option. I wasn't sure if it got canceled if you would get the shield, but
it's cool. League nerd moment.
League nerd, hey, it's niche. It might matter. But that was all of the gas.
I mean, that was kind of the perfect team fight. Or the best team fight you could ask for GIANTX.
I mean, kind of, but again, their Orianna Shockwave only hit frontline, and Jackie's has no magic penetration.
That's true. But it's really hard to get onto Sol and Ezreal, so.
Sorry, that guy's name was wild.
Wait, really?
Yeah, it was lab grade something, but I'm not.
Jackie's just chunked out here as Carzzy continuing to do a whole lot of damage, as now Vitality are on the cusp of 3 inhibs.
Surely. This is the end.
I mean, with 3 inhibs, minions spawning every 20 seconds, it's so hard to come back from a game like this. Xayah does have great wave clear, so you can rely on her.
400 stacks.
It's a lot of stacks.
I just don't think Noah will ever, he's just not going to be able to auto comfortably. Like right now he can, but once Sol's in the area, drops an E, nothing you can do.
And now Vitality can just play it slow, wait for the super minions to crowd their base, and let the minions do the trick, like Odoamne said.
Slow and steady, 30 seconds. If they mess up a fight, enemy team will for sure get Sol.
Yep.
Minions are there.
Carzzy trying to land some poke here, trying to poke them out. If he gets one good Q, it can be enough to end the game. But all they really need to do is not let GIANTX find and engage.
Fleshy to shut off one of the towers, maybe hoping to catch Noah. The team now beginning to back up as GX think they've isolated Nako at the very least. Nako with a knock-up, Jund to follow, leaving away. They do get Nako's ultimate, traded for lots, and now it's Humanoid's ult. Doing a bit of damage, but...
I mean, to be fair, this for GIANTX is not bad, because there's still 1 minute to Nash, and yeah, Vitality will pick up this Chemtech Dragon, but it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. And now Jackies, Lot, and Noah will have quite a bit of time to farm up until this Baron Nashor.
And Nako doesn't have, he will have TP. I was going to say, because he did the cool TP trick, he doesn't have TP, but he probably wasn't backdooring. At least not at this point.
It's a very slow drag. Dragon versus Dragon. Hey.
Dragon versus Dragon.
Dragon versus Dragon.
Hey. Laure battle. Who comes out on top?
Aesol came out on top.
Yeah. Come back at level 1 next game. See how it works. That's all I'm saying.
Let's see if you're still talking, huh?
Yeah. Talk a big game now. 411 stacks.
I mean, what's interesting though is that the gold lead on the 2 carries is pretty much disappeared now after this in-app farming that no one Jackies have been able to do. And they will be able to slightly repel these minions, but the question is if they can really contest Nash, and it looks pretty impossible. And with this Baron Nashor, Vitality can just run into their base.
With supers.
Yeah, it should
surely just end the game.
There's no way they throw
this. There's no way. No one could throw it. No.
It's not
what is this? The LEC? Oh, yeah.
This is LCK. Pretty sure.
Pretty sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. Based on some of the entertainment plays earlier, yeah, it could be. It could be. Here we are, another Baron power play. Less immediate money than it used to be. It used to just be a free 1,500. Now you got to work for your Baron power play. But as you highlighted, the gold being funneled in does mean we finally see a Lightning Jewel from Jackies. So a little bit of magic pen.
Yeah. Slowly he'll be whittling down that Sion. Very slowly though.
Lyncas, very fearless as he has the GA up. He's also now got a random Odoamne for Nako, which is so infinitely frustrating for him to play against.
Now it's absolutely crucial for GIANTX to try to find some poke before Carzzy can land, or try to find engage rather, before Carzzy can land some poke. Because they're able to just get triple in it once again here.
Oh, Jackie's caught. This is going to be the big fight. Goes golden once again. Decimating smash there. Does manage to get the flash out. Isma flying a drag forward. Humanoid still has the empowered ulti though. Good patience from the side of Vitality.
Yeah, they're just in such a checkmate position. Noah's desperately trying to clear these minions, but Vitality are playing it slow. They're playing it disciplined.
Ooh, Noah getting chunked. Feathers flying. Carzzy forced to flash back, but the skies have descended. Noah's really got nowhere to go. He needs to get back into the fountain, but it looks like this game is just over. Humanoid trying to get away. Noah living for an extra moment, but the Nexus drops. Vitality tying it up with GX at 5-3.
And it was a slow, methodical finish from Vitality, but they showed the power of the minions. They played it very cleanly and left no gap for GIANTX to pounce on.